Hi, welcome to my first Flosstube. My name is Katrina. I go by Kat, and this is, my first Flosstube. Took me a lot longer to set everything up than I thought it would, so I have a newfound respect for everyone that does this. I've been thinking about doing a Flosstube for, I think, over a year now. And January seemed like a great time to try and kick this off. So that's why I'm doing this. Also, I just don't really have many people to chat about with cross stitch, and it seems like the cross stitch community is just this fantastic space, and I just wanted to share my projects and hopefully get some new friends and get inspiration from some other people, and hopefully people get inspiration from my stuff, because I know that the vast amount of Flosstube that I consume is definitely given me lots of inspiration and for my projects moving forward. A little bit about myself. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I have a partner that I live with, as well as a dog and a cat. I've been cross stitching for, I want to say, probably 20 or so years now. Started when I was in high school. Did a little bit of that, then kind of stopped for a bit, and then brought that back maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. I also knit and crochet, so I will include some of that in my segments at the end if you're interested in that. If not, if you're just here for cross stitch, fantastic, to each their own. I do have notes to try and keep myself on track, as well as to make sure I don't ramble or talk too fast. That's why I'm just looking down. Yeah, so that's about me. I'm gonna do kind of a WIP parade to start off the year and then go into some plans. I used to be a monogamous stitcher, and by that I mean, especially when I was in high school and whatnot, I only had like one project to go on, and then when I picked it back up, that's the only way I knew. Since then, and since discovering Flosstube and discovering all these wonderful patterns that I wanted to do, I've tried to branch out. I do not have hundreds of WIPs. I just don't have that capacity to do that. I would have far too much anxiety over them, and I like I like finishing things. But I do have a total of 9 WIPs to talk about, 5 cross stitch and 4 knitting WIPs. I did finish a lot of things for Christmas or around the fall, so I do have a couple of planned kitted up projects that I'm looking forward to starting this year, and so look forward to seeing more WIPs as the year goes by. So let's jump into this, I guess. I'm going to start with my oldest WIPs, moving forward to my most recent. So the first one I have is in this lovely Little Boat 88 bag. I believe they are a Canadian retailer through Etsy. It's in this vinyl case, and this one is called Lands the Guardian by Enchanting Lair, and I started this one in high school, so sometime in the 2000s. I'm using all the called for DMC for this, and it is on 28 count linen, purchased at my local needlework shop, the Enchanted Needle. I don't know what the fabric's called, because that wasn't a thing back then, but it's a nice big one. I've got most of the wing done. It's a lot to do, so I do have a bunch to go on to still do. For this, it is a paper chart. I imported it into Pattern Keeper, so I know I'm 60% of the way there. I can't tell you how many stitches that is because I had to highlight and check off all of the background, the non-stitched areas to get at least clear that off so it didn't show up as my remaining count. But I do know I have 60% of the way-ish there. So for my next one, I started this in March 2022. It is in this project bag, really cute project bag called Cats Out of the Bag, an Etsy shop. This is my Futurama stitch. Let me just pull that up for you. This one is my own, I call it my own pattern. I based it off of an image I saw. So I just used a program to create it. I still need to rechart the words, but that's what it'll look like. And here's where I am with it. It's looking pretty good. It's a lot of confetti, but it is really cute, and I'm really liking, that's a needle. I'm really liking how it's turning out so far. This is done on a 28 count linen 1/1 with the called for DMC. I have completed 90% of it, which is about 22,000 stitches, and I've got about 2,000 left. The whole project's just over 24,000 stitches. So that's one that maybe I can get done this year is what I'm hoping for. The next project on my WIP list, I started in March 2023. It lives in this adorable Little Boat 88 bag as well. And it is my first Pretty Lady and my only one that I've worked on. It is Mirabillia's Cathedral Wood Goddess. Really like this. This is a lot of fun to stitch on, and I kind of, if I was still a monogamous stitcher, this would be the one I kind of be focusing on right now. I'm doing it on all the called for, with all the called for DMC, Cry Knit, Caramel Lilies beading, and on the called for fabric, which is a 32 count linen by Witchelt in French Latte. It's 2/2 for the main stitching, and then 1/1 for the skin. And here's where I am so far. I've done quite a bit. I'm so close to being done. It's looking so fabulous. Look at these greens. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I am 92% done. Again, it's a paper chart, so I had to, again, import it, highlight off all the background stuff, but it's pretty close to being done, and I think this is another one that I'm hoping I can get done this year, because it's absolutely gorgeous and I really want it up on my wall. Next one I have going on is a heat map, 25-year heat map. So this one was inspired by Stem X Stitch. She did one for her 25 years. I'm not 25 anymore, haven't been for many years, but 25 years for me signified, or was when me and my partner moved in together and bought our house. So it was a nice, I think, from time frame to kind of show that, you know, I guess changed our life and things like that. Here's what it's going to look like. I live in Canada, so it does get quite cold. It used to get quite cold in the winter. Right now it's balmy spring weather on this January 4th. It's a Saturday, so this is what it's going to look like. And this is, I'm over 50% done. I'm actually at, I didn't write it down, so I don't know where I'm at. But it's done on an 18 count Aida. Here's what it looks like now, part on the spare threads. So I've started at the top, but I'm just past halfway. And it's looking really, really nice. I haven't yet done some milestones, so I've left some empty crosses up here for myself and my partner's birthday. I think I'm just gonna put some shiny thread or something, and then I'm doing just January 1st to December 31st. I'm skipping leap year dates. I know STEMX started with some gray and started on her birthday. I didn't really want to do that. This is kind of for both me and my partner. So I'll also include the day we bought our house to kind of signify that good day. We don't really do anniversaries, so, well, I could guess, you know, around the date that we got together. We don't really have a set date, so really we use our house anniversary as the anniversary date for us. So that was kind of the, you know, important big purchase for us. My last WIP I started this year, or apologies, I started my 25-year came out January 2024, so hoping maybe I can finish it this month. I'm so close. It just, I need to sit down, and it's a lot of switching colors. So it's a little bit, it's not as fun as the Mirabillia is. So my last one I started August 2024, and this is Nostalgic Tarot by the WITCHystitcher. I'm just doing the frame right now. I am part of her Patreon. So once I'm done that, I will start doing all the tarot cards, but that's what the frame will look like. I'm sure you've seen this all over Instagram. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love her stuff. So this is done on a 32 count hand-dyed fabric by me. So it's going to be a big one. This is the fabric. And I've just started the top part. It says tarot. So got a really good start on this, and then Christmas came around. So I didn't get much more done on that last year. So hoping to get more done on that. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross with the fold for DMC. And so that's, if you can count, that's my 5 WIPs I have. Like I said, I did finish a bunch of things last year, which I might go through as that might be a future Flosstube of showing you some of my finishes. But I'll go quickly just talk about my planned cross stitches. If you're only here for cross stitching, that way you can leave afterwards. And then I'll get on with my knitting. So I do have 3 things actually kitted up that I would like to start. So this is going to be my birthday start. And it's Cirque de Coeurs. Apologies, my French is atrocious, as my partner reminds me every time I try and say something in French. He is bilingual. I am not. And it shows. But this is by Ink Circles, and so this is what it will look like. Obviously I haven't started yet, but I'm going to be doing this on a 28 count Belfast linen. So it's just a lovely white piece of 32 count. And I'm going to be using these lovely hand-dyed, or I guess, I don't know what you call it, but this lovely embroidery floss from Lichen and Lace. They're a Canadian company out in Halifax, or at least the East Coast, I believe. And this is the colorway Rosewood. So I've got a bunch of that. I think I'm going to be doing it 1/2 because I think that one of these equals 2 strands of embroidery floss. It's my first time using not standard flosses like Karen Wild Lily, and like DMC and things like that. So I'm hoping this could be a trial and error, but this feels lovely, and so I'm hoping my conversion of 1 to 2 for the floss types works. So that's going to be hopefully my my birthday start. My birthday is January 12th, so looking forward to starting that in a couple weeks. The next one I've got is my Fancy Ladies. So I absolutely love this, and so I've got 2 Mirabillias, Royal Games 1 and Royal Games 2. I think I did that in the right order. it doesn't matter. But yeah, so 1 and 2, and I saw someone on Instagram did this, and they put it on the same fabric beside each other, and I absolutely loved it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I went on to 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I got all the floss packs for it and bead pack, so I'm all ready to go. I'm just waiting for my fabric to come in. So I'm going to be doing this on a 32 count fabric, 1/1. Don't remember what it was called, the one I ordered, so I'm just waiting for that to get in the mail. We had some mail issues recently, so a bunch of stuff is coming in hopefully soon. I was also away, so I didn't order a bunch of stuff. But so that's my next one that I want to start. I'm gonna see. I am trying to keep my WIP list down. Kind of how I do things is I have a set number of project bags, and I'm not allowed to start a project if I don't have a project bag to put it in. Yes, I could buy more project bags, but if I limit myself to not buying more project bags, then I keep my projects at a reasonable amount. I say reasonable for myself, no judgment. I admire those of you that can have 50, 20 plus WIPs. Like, gosh, I can't. I can't do it. But good kudos to you, because that is not my jam. And so my last planned is this lovely kit that I bought on my recent trip to Japan. It has everything apparently. I haven't opened it yet, so that can be a fun opening at some point. It has the needles, it has like the floss card and everything like that, but really looking forward to doing this. Super cute. Thought it would be a nice, fun, what's the word I want? Can't think of it. A fun thing to bring back from Japan. Souvenir. Nice souvenir from Japan. So that is all of my stitching related stuff. If that's what you're here for, thank you for coming by. And hopefully you enjoyed what you saw, and we'll come back again. If you're here for knitting, I'm gonna get on to my knitting WIPs. I have technically 4 knitting WIPs. One of them's a secret, so I can't share it with you right now because don't know who's gonna look at that, see this, so just in case. The first one I started in December 2022, and it's a tube sock, and it's suffering from lone sock syndrome. I've done one, and then have not cast on the second one. So it's in this lovely yarn from Yarn Indulgence. It's called, surprise, surprise, this colorway is Santa Sock. It's very cute. I need to finish this. Keep it in this lovely little yarn holder from J. Hendry Design Co., which is one of the Full Moon Fibers dyers. The next one I started in July 2023. This one is the Wrap Me Up Sweater Shawl. And it's going to look like this if I can get my tablet to work. Sorry, this is my very old tablet, so I've got 2 tablets that I work off of right now because my pattern keeper I had on this old one got a new tablet. The paper patterns I'd scanned in couldn't transfer them over without losing my progress, so now I'm currently using 2 tablets until I finish some of my WIPs, which is lovely right now because I've got multiple things on the go, but it's slow as hell. So this is what the Wrap Me Up Sweater Shawl looks like. Will look like. It's this lovely, it's a tube essentially with an opening, so you put your sleeves and arms in, and you can have it wrapped around stuff, or you can use it as a scarf. It's by Knitatude, who is that picture is of, and it's her credit, so that's on her Ravelry page. I'm doing this with the yarn Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus in the colorway Blackberry. I don't know how this is going to look on camera. I've got a bunch done. So like I said, it's you make a tube for your arm. Don't mind these are my counts. This is how I count rows. And then you knit back and forth flat. And so your arm goes in here and this will wrap around your shoulder. So you knit, 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 knit until you get it so it can wrap around 1.5 times. And then you finish the other sleeve. And it's this lovely, squishy yarn. So it should be lovely when I finish it. I had thought I'd try to finish it for a wedding in 2022. Oh, 2023. Yeah, that didn't happen. So now I don't really have a deadline for it. But I do want to finish that. The next one I have is called Lead the Way by Megan Doherty. When it is finished, it's going to look like that. It's really pretty. Sorry for the glare from my lights. I started February 2024 and it's on 2022 Advent yarn from Stash Lounge. This is where I am right now. So I've done all of the stash yarn. So this Advent was a rainbow Advent. So I've done all of the colors and now I'm just on to the gray. And this is, you knit back and forth with this lovely eyelet detail going up the middle, and it will be kind of like an arrow or triangle of some sort. So lots, really easy stitch knit. I need to pick it back up and you just kind of put it beside the TV and do this when I'm watching TV. But I haven't really done that yet. Oh, sorry, these bags. So this is the bag it lives in. It's this cute lobster bag drawstring, and this is another one, my llama bag. Both these are also J. Henry Design Co. Really like her stuff. I think most of my bags are hers. They're just what I want from a project bag. And like I said, I've got one more knitting WIP, which is a secret WIP right now, and I'll show it to you in a couple months when it's done. It's for a birthday gift for my niece, who's turning 1 in April. Sorry, she was due in May. She was born in April. So April is when I'll be done that, and I can hopefully be done that. I'm trying to keep up with it, and then I can give it to her and show you guys. That's it for my knitting WIPs. I do have a couple, I did finish a bunch of stuff last year, thankfully. So I do have a couple planned items. So the first one I have planned is called, or I guess something I have to fix actually. It's called Palette Cleanser. It's a crop sweater by Susanne Sommer. That's what it looks like. All these pictures, by the way, are off of Ravelry from the artists, so they are copyrighted to them, but they are, at least, I don't know how copyright works, but I don't want to be stealing their pictures, but that's what her, I guess, one of the photos she has for advertising her product. It's a sweater that's knit from the center out. I started it and I've lost it now. There you go. I finished it, finished it on yarn by Blue Brick Rebloom is the colored one, and then the gray is Ancient Art Fibercraft Russian Silver. It's a crop sweater. I tried to fix it with some ribbing detail. I tried to make it longer by just adding more ribbing detail, and really don't like how it looks. And life's too short to wear stuff that you don't like or knit stuff that you don't like and never wear it. Since then, I have found a modification on Ravelry, and if you're sticking around and haven't heard about Ravelry, Ravelry is the kind of knitting, crocheting website that has patterns, community, things like that. So that's just where I get most of my patterns from. But thankfully that community, someone had posted, or I can't remember if the designer posted, modifications for making it longer. So what I plan on doing is ripping out what I need to, which I think is going to be all this bottom and probably a good portion of the middle section. Might be ripping out a lot of this and redoing it, so that way you actually lengthen the body without using the rib, just adding ribbing at the bottom. I also ran out of yarn, and there's a lovely hard line of the different dye lots, so lots I'm gonna have to do, because I'll need to fix that as well, so it's not as noticeable. There's ways of knitting with two different yarns to try and fix that so it doesn't look as obvious as two different dye lots. So that's the first thing that's on my list of things I need to do. The second is I really want to start working on another sweater called Love Note. This has been all over the place by Tin Can Knits. That's what it looks like. Sorry, I keep seeing my ceiling fan in these reflections. There's not much I can do about that. I've got the yarn for this. I got the yarn from Lair and Roxy, and it's this lovely, lovely blue and mohair. It looks like, that one looks a little bit darker than the other one, so I'll have to figure that out. Normally you hold them, you alternate when you can, but with the mohair it might not matter. But this is a sweater that you believe hold mohair and fingering weight to get this lovely fuzzy effect. But this is a Lair and Roxy yarn called Teal. It's not on here, sorry. Teal Your Secret. So that's what that's lined up for. The next one I want to work on is for this is I want to do the Don't Panic shawl. Beautiful. By Nim Teasdale. And I've got some blue brick yarn called Pride. She does wonderful gradients. It's all caked up and ready to go. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I think that shawl is going to show these color gradient wonderfully. So I'm really looking forward to starting that and knitting that up. This yarn actually I tried a couple different patterns first before I let know which one I wanted. Some of them just didn't work out the way I was hoping. So I had ripped them out. I rip out a lot of my knitting. I'm not a seasoned knitter. I've knit a bunch of shawls, but then when I try to branch out to more complicated things, I'm not good at it. Or it's a lot of trial and error, at least for me. And the last knitting thing I've got on my close horizon is the Colorblock Pullover by Hannah Singleton. So this is what it looks like. Really cute. Really like how that has been constructed. I've got a bunch of yarn for it, so it's a sweater with 3 different colors held with mohair. So the mohair, I've got a Lair and Roxy, just kind of white off-white. This is the colorway Leo by them. And then I got Barocco Vintage in Rose Quartz. Which color one is this one? I don't know what color. This one is they don't have the names on them, they just have a number, but based on the name, I'd say this one is the one called Grapefruits. This one is the one Rose Quartz, and then this one is Buttercream, and they're nice and soft, and they're gonna hopefully look really good together with the mohair held over it. So that's my next sweater that I'm doing. I own a lot of yarn. A lot of people, everyone in stash. I've got a lot of yarn stash that I'm hoping to use up this year. I did a no-buy last year with some exceptions because travel does not count. I'm gonna try and do a no-buy this year as well because I didn't get through as much as I thought I would. So hopefully I can work on it getting down my stash. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be doing tons of projects. It just means that I'm not amassing vast quantities of stuff that I'm never going to look at again. But now I'm rambling. Now I'm off script. So that's all the projects and the WIPs and plans that I have for this year. Last year, I did WIP go. This year, I'm not going to. I just felt like it took a lot of time, effort on my part to figure out what was next and pull that project. I'm just going to try and be better at rotating through projects. Sorry, rotating through projects to get stitches in, but really I want to kind of, if I'm feeling it and vibing with it, I'd rather work on it then than kind of feel forced to work on anything. Beyond that, that's all I've got. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. I'm going to try and commit to at least once a month for this, maybe once every 2 weeks, depending on how much stitching and knitting I get done. I used to work from home. I'm back in the office now for a good portion of the week, so I don't know how much stitching I'm going to get done, just because I'm not going to be around as often. If you are interested, I can be found on Instagram at catiscrafting. I'll put it in the details. My Ravelry handle is catmacdawn. Thank you again for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you guys around in the next video. Bye.